All right, welcome to Generational Talent, the father-son sports podcast where we give you different perspectives on specifically the NFL. If I sound bad, it's because I feel bad and my voice has been in and out, but right now it's back, so that's great.
There we go. Hi, I'm his father. I'm Travis. It is great to be back with everybody, and so I have some thoughts, but I definitely think you're probably going to cover them on some of your top 10 in terms of how the week went, because it was an interesting week, but nonetheless, I mean, there definitely were a few, whoa, no way that happened games.
You know, so I finished my top 10 prior to Monday Night Football. So I'll do the honorable mention from Monday Night Football, which was Jalen Hurts with one of the worst record, or I guess like pivotal moments in terms of throws an interception, gets it back, and then fumbles it. 2 turnovers in the same play. Very, very rare.
Well, not only very rare, here's another one that's very rare. A guy who, I mean, he's not known for throwing picks ever, threw 4.
Yeah.
He threw 4 of them and one to end the game and lose it. But yeah, I'm telling you, those Philly fans, and they're vicious on their teams. Yeah, they're going to lose their mind on this game because they played terrible. The defenses showed up on both these teams, actually, because I will say this, that Herbert was, he was just running for his life on every single snap. That offensive line for the Chargers is terrible, but at least they won.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is good because, again, I have been saying that Philly is overrated, and last 2 weeks have really gone to bat for me.
And here's what I would say about Philly, and we'll move on to your list, which is ironic. This is a team that almost is identical to the team they had last year. Something's wrong. I personally believe it's either coaching or it's general manager. Chemistry. There's some chemistry issue. Well, A.J. Brown, yeah. I think it's time to say bye-bye. As much as that guy's a talent, I look at him like DK. I'll move off him.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, yeah. So the generational talent top 10 takeaways. Number 10, the poor old man in the Colts game who got taken out by was it
that was Pittman?
Yes. For those of you that watched that game, Michael Pittman play in the end zone, ends up kind of flinging off to the sidelines there, and it just wiped out this poor old security man. Hard hit to the ground for him.
And I feel for those guys because those particular security guards are always standing there with their job is to look into the stands, so they never get to look behind them, and so he had no idea that was coming. You can tell that head. But it was neat to see Pittman too over the top of him trying to make sure he was okay.
No, he was great.
He felt horrible for him.
It wasn't like Devontae Adams who will shove people on the sidelines.
And walk away.
Garbage human beings. Yeah. Okay, number 9, a shout out here to loyal fans, Chris and Nick Beaton. The Dolphins have definitely seen some turnaround since the firing of their GM, and they do indeed have a path to victory. Is it a path that will work? No, but there is a path there. Hey. And the Dolphins do look better since the firing of their GM.
And I will tell you, because I ran into Mr. Beaton, Daddy Beaton, and he will appreciate that Tommy had some nice words finally for the Dolphins. And I do agree. I think they turned it around, and they are playing better football. And honestly, I think they did save their coach's job too by doing so. But I do believe the move on the GM obviously was the answer.
Yeah, clearly. Mm-hmm. All right, number 8, I've got the Saints beating the Bucs, which was a shocking loss. But, you got Baker Mayfield playing injured. Unfortunately, the rest of the team just seems to be falling apart around him as well.
Them and the Colts, it's they're fading fast.
Yeah, the hype around the Bucs is going to go by quickly. And unfortunately, they might move off Baker too if things continue to go down this road.
Yeah, the second half of the season has not been kind to them.
Number 7, I've got the Cowboys and the Lions was a high-flying affair. That was a lot of offense. It was part of a bet that we'll talk about, but holy cow, just tons of scoring, as a football fan, those are the games you really look forward to.
Especially when you got a lot of fantasy league stuff. I mean, it's like, yay, points.
Yeah, no, gotta love it when it's, just back and forth. I mean, not the defensive battles aren't fun, but they're not fun. So
I love the over-unders, though, because they went over 70 points.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Number 6, I've got the Bears are officially my most hated team because they cost me over $100 because they are absolute dog crap, and I hate them, and I hate Caleb Williams, and I think Ben Johnson should have stayed with the Lions. They're all trash. I hate Chicago. Burn it all down.
We've got an active listener that's like, Tommy thinks with his emotion a lot in terms of his picks and the way he does things. I'm like, This would be one right here where Tommy's emotions got him.
Stupid Bears. Oh, we'll get into that in the segment too.
Yeah, no, they definitely. The quick handshake at the end was cracking me up. Those two barely acknowledged each other because Ben Johnson, when he took the job, kind of talked a little bit of smack because obviously that's a huge rivalry, Bears and Packers. And
they looked forward to beating him or something.
Yeah, well, I've already beat him a couple of times because he was talking about when he was offensive coordinator with the Lions. Well, they got you this time.
Yeah. Number 5, the Zach Ertz injury. That one was rough.
Gross. I saw a still of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zach Ertz is such a good dude. And to see him full on balling was just tough.
And I mean, with that goes your season because he was pretty much the only weapon out there that was doing anything.
Yeah. And he's a class guy, but that was a gross injury to the knee. Yucky.
Number 4, I've got James Cook has 2 fumbles right before and right into the end zone. And then he fumbled right before the end zone and then right again inside the end zone, negating a touchdown. James Cook, bad day for him, but Bill still came away with a victory. So
they did, but he's got like 4 fumbles over the last 3 games. He's got to hang on to that ball
because he's it for the run game there.
And he's good. He is good, minus the butter hands here.
Yeah. Number 3, we've got Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders in a who cares game, but here's the interesting thing. Titans won, Cam Ward and them did win. But if you look at those statistics in terms of just the quarterback slot alone, holy cow, did Shedeur Sanders outplay Cam Ward to the 10th degree.
Statistically, it was his best game yet, for sure.
Obviously.
And they're going to ride him out to the end. They did announce he is going to be the starter to the end, which is a smart move.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be your guy.
Well, if you're Shedeur, this is not a game you wanted to lose because the Titans passed on you multiple times. So this is the game where you do want to show them that they messed up. And yes, it was a loss, but I'll tell you this much. Out of the 2 quarterback performances, I would have rather had Sanders. That's for sure.
Sanders did do better. Statistically, he did better.
Yeah. Honestly, I think run game played a huge role in that when Pollard just went off.
He went off, yeah.
Number 2, I've got J.J. McCarthy giving a shutout game after the Vikings just got one. So very rare in the NFL.
Can't figure that guy out at all. I am completely and totally lost. I mean, I don't know which one you're going to get when he shows up. I mean, obviously, if that was the guy that's consistently showing up each week, they'd be a playoff-bound team. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right. Weird. You get shut out, then you did a shutout. So I don't know.
Very rare. And then lastly, for a couple of hours, the Seattle Seahawks not only were the NFC West division leaders, we were the NFC division leaders. And we look like top dogs. And then the Rams won, and it's back to where we were. But
there's a good move, though. I know you're mad at those Bears, but by the Bears losing, you know what that did?
Oh, it opened up more spots for us.
Well, Seattle controls their own destiny. So if we win out, now mind you, who knows what's going to happen, but winning out, we are the number 1 seed. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we now control our own destiny because of the Bears doing that. Losing.
And the Carolina Panthers are back in this.
Yeah, right.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But no, that was my top 10 takeaways. Did I miss anything that you had?
No, you covered it because the one I really wanted you to cover was the Shedeur deal because I'm not a Shedeur fan, but I had to give him credit. He did play good.
Oh yeah, no, those 2 quarterbacks have very different games, and it's interesting that Cam's the one who won.
Yeah, but he is gonna. They did announce he's gonna be the starting quarterback for the rest of the games.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get it. He definitely is doing more than Gabriel did in his few outings he's had. So
now for the Raider fans that we have out there, because we do have a bunch of Raider fans locally.
Congrats on the worst team in the NFL.
Well, I was just going to say the good thing about Tennessee winning is now they're all up for grabs on that number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I don't remember who lands on it right now, but literally it's going to be one of about 4 teams.
Yeah.
As they play out, and the Raiders are in that mix, so maybe they can come away with a number 1 draft pick. And I think they have some pretty halfway decent capital.
Well, hopefully they just tank it out for the rest of the season. Wouldn't know if they were trying or not. All right, but that was it for my top 10 takeaways, and we're going to get back to you guys on some betting odds and favorites. Welcome back to Generational Talent. We're going to go ahead and talk about our betting weekend, and we'll start off talking to you about how well our bets did that we placed on air last week. Frustrating week, as you might have heard. I hate the Bears. But Dad, let's start with you.
I split mine. I went 1 for 3 on my picks. That was terrible, but I did get my hot take kind of pick. But I'm going to start with a loss. What happened? Well, I tell you what happened. Indy did not cover over Jacksonville. When you lose your quarterback, that happens. Daniel Jones gone for the year. Indianapolis was already kind of heading down. I think they're in trouble. Even if there's a hot take you did miss, and I forgot. They're looking at Rivers.
Yeah. Oh yes. I did forget that completely. Crazy
44-year-old Rivers. If he was on the practice squad to help the kid, maybe. I just don't see him getting in there. That's just me. But yeah, I blew that one. Well, I didn't know he'd get injured, but that one didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll start off with one of my wins there. Dallas and Detroit over 54.5. Easy win.
Oh yeah. And well, you and I took the same take on that one. And so that's my win too. I got the same thing. That game went over in the third quarter.
My second one, which was a W, was the LA Rams -8 versus Arizona, and they whooped the living hell out of them. So, yep, that was an easy one.
Very good, very good. The one that I totally blew, I'll be the first to admit it. I thought for sure the Ravens were going to beat Pittsburgh in cover. Opposite, man. Pittsburgh got them. I don't know how it happened. Aaron Rodgers beat them, and oh man, I don't know. Lamar, just that team is not performing. And at 6-7, the fact that they're one game out of first place, it's just a weak division, in my opinion. And
the one that cost me was Chicago +6.5 versus Green Bay. I lost that 3-teamer by 0.5 point. I hate Caleb Williams. I hated him before because of the stupid nail painting. I hate him even more now because he's a trash quarterback.
Oh, Tommy's mad.
Garbage human being.
Okay, here's my hot take that I did hit. I told everybody that even though the Browns were a 3.5 point favorite, I thought Tennessee would beat them in Cleveland, and they did. 31-29. That was my hot take. Got that one.
And my hot take, which I also got, was Houston Texans not only to beat the Chiefs, but to beat them by at least 5. Chiefs were the favorite last week, and Houston beat them by 10.
I can dig it. All right, so now we're on to this week. You ready for some of the spreads, and we'll get to our picks at the end?
Yes.
We got the Thursday night. We have the Falcons at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's a 4-point favorite. 44.5 is the over-under.
Man, I really wish I could give it to the Buccaneers. Not that the Falcons are good either. They're both garbage teams. What's the over-under?
44.5.
Give me the under.
You're going under. I'm going to go Tampa Bay on this one just because I think their defense is a little better, and I think I got to believe Baker's got to get back on track.
All right.
Cleveland Browns next up. They are at Chicago. Chicago, your favorite team, is a 7.5 point favorite. The over-under is an even 40.
Yeah, give me the Browns because Caleb Williams doesn't know how to play football.
That's emotion talking, Tommy. 7.5 over.
I'm gonna make that my hot take.
I'm gonna think these two are gonna be a defensive minded one. I'm thinking the under is gonna be 40. I do think that game's gonna go under. I'm not sure who's gonna win. Okay, next up we have Tommy's other favorite team, the Las Vegas Raiders, are in Philadelphia. The Eagles are 11-point favorites. Over under. So you're an 11-point favorite and the over under is 38.5. So they basically think you're just going to score a lot and they're scoring nothing.
And they're correct. I definitely would not take the Raiders.
You definitely wouldn't take the Raiders. And it's going to be Pickett, it looks like, too, I'm guessing, with them. But I do think the Eagles, I think this is, I'll circle back to this.
Well, they need to do it. Yeah. After everything that's been happening with them, they are looking like big-time frauds.
I'm going to come back to that one. Next up, we have the Chargers at the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 4.5 point favorite. Over under 41.5.
Yeah, we'll come back to this one for me.
For you. For me, I'm going to, I think Kansas City is going to get them. And the reason I'm not saying Kansas City's great, but I think that defensive line with Jones and what have you is just going to tear poor Herbert apart. So I do think the Chiefs at home are going to get them.
All right.
Next up, we have the Ravens at Cincinnati. Ravens are a 2.5 point favorite on the road. Over under 51.5, which I got to believe is probably the highest for the weekend. No, not quite.
So yeah, give me the Bengals. They've already done this once already.
Okay. All right. You like that one. All right. Next up, we have the Jets in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 12.5 point favorite. Over under 41.5.
Jacksonville. I mean, the Jets are just awful, and Jacksonville is definitely on the up and up right now. So they're still all over the place. But I mean, the Jets are consistently bad.
I don't like these spreads. They're kind of high, but I do like the fact I think this is going to be a low scoring game. So I'm going to go under 41.5. All right, we have the Bills and the Patriots. Bills are a 1 point favorite on the road in New England. Over under 49.5.
That one's a hard one. Come back to me on that one.
Me too on that one. Next up, we have Arizona at Houston. Houston is a 9.5 favorite against Arizona. Over under 42.
Yeah, I think easily Houston's going to be able to cover that spread. I don't think the Cardinals have anything on offense, and what little they do have is going to be absolutely shut down by a Texans defense. So
the Texans defense is awesome.
As long as C.J. Stroud just does the bare minimum, they're going to do fine.
I would agree. I think Houston gets them here. Their defense is too good. We have the Colts. I guess this is a good time for us to play. Boy, the Seahawks in some of these matchups. At home against Indianapolis in Seattle. Seattle's a 13.5 point favorite. Over under 42.5.
Yeah, I'll come back to that one too.
You're coming back to that one. I'm going to take the Hawks. I think they're just going to destroy the poor team. So I like the Hawks in this one. Then we have the Titans in San Francisco. A lot of big spreads this week.
Yeah.
Titans are in San Francisco. San Francisco is a 12.5 point favorite. Over under 44.5.
The spread's a little too big for me, honestly. I probably would go with the Titans only because I don't think that the 49ers would cover that spread. I think they'd win, but I don't think they're covering that.
It's a big spread. I don't know if I'd touch that game. Next up, we have no buys now. That's why we have a lot of football. The Green Bay Packers in Denver. Green Bay is favored on the road, -2.5, over under 43. Green Bay in Denver, -2.5 Green Bay.
If it was a bigger spread, I'd love to go for the Broncos there because I do think the Broncos will keep it close. That's a hard one. What's the over-under again?
43.
Probably just go under.
I would go under too. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers at New Orleans. Carolina's a 2.5-point favorite, over-under 40.5. Carolina -2.5 against the Saints. I like the under in this game, honestly. I don't think either one of these offenses are to write home to mom about, so I think under.
I'd probably go with the Panthers. They're on the up and up. They're on par to be their division leader at this rate. So I would probably go with them. I think the Saints had a very good win against the Bucs that they needed, but it's not like Taylor Shuck was anything crazy. It's just Tampa Bay looked horrible.
They were bad. Okay, here's your high one of the game. 55 points is the over-under. Detroit Lions at the LA Rams. The Rams are a -5.5. And I'm coming back to this one.
Yeah, definitely think you could bet the over and be safe for sure. What was it, 5.5 you said?
5.5.
Give me the Lions.
Okay. Next up, Sunday night game. Great matchup. No, not Sunday night. They flexed this. They did. I think they did flex this game. It moved because it's not Minnesota and Dallas anymore. I'm pretty sure. You know which one I think they flexed it to, the night game, son? Huh. I think they made it, which is a good choice. It's this one. Where is it? Right here. Bills and Patriots.
Yeah, that's a way better choice.
It's better than Cowboys aren't so bad, but who wants to see Minnesota?
Yeah, it depends on who you're going to get.
Yeah, Cowboys, it's -5.5 against Minnesota. 47.5 is the over-under.
Yeah, Cowboys. I don't think the Vikings are good.
And I'll circle back to that one for my final one. And the last one, Monday night game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That is the Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are -3.5, over-under 41.5.
Give me the Dolphins. I think they're on a streak. I think Aaron Rodgers is old and tired.
All right. What's the first one of your bets there, son?
All right. First one. It is, we're looking at, yes, the LA Chargers +4.5 versus KC. I do think the Chargers have the potential to win this game. I think KC is falling apart while the Chargers are kind of on the up and up. And even if KC does take it home, I think it's by a touchdown, if nothing, or by a field goal, if nothing more.
I think in a game where Geno's probably out, not that he was the greatest one, but I don't know that Pickett's going to do any better. So my first one is I think the Eagles have a get-right game here, and they're going to smoke the Raiders.
That's fair.
-11, I think they're going to cover.
All right. My next two are just overs, but I have the Bills and Patriots game over 49.5.
I also have the Bills and Patriots game. I went a different direction, though. I think the Bills are going to cover. I think the Bills realize the urgency of where they're at, and I think the second half of the season they're already playing better, and I think they're going to continue that. I think New England's great, but I think they're going to get tripped up here.
Okay.
Your next one.
So my last one is the Colts and Seattle game going over 42.5.
Okay. All right. I didn't touch that game this week, but I get you. I went the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, as much as I know Minnesota got the win, I think the Cowboys in that offense, coming off the heels of losing to Detroit, I think they're going to come out and beat Minnesota and cover 5.5.
Okay.
And what's your hot take?
Browns beat the Bears.
No emotion going into that one.
Not at all. Nope. Just pure football analytics.
Now I could be crazy here. My hot take is a little stick of a neck here. Well, you did too. You put your neck out there. I think on the road, I could be wrong, but I also feel just like the Bills. I think Detroit is getting better and better. I think Detroit's going to beat the Rams in LA. I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll come down. Yeah, true. But I think Detroit is looking at the fact that they've got to start playing consistent football if they're going to get into the playoffs.
All right.
There's my hot take.
Well, there you go, folks. There's your betting odds and favorites. Stick with us. We're about to get into our Week 15 power rankings. All right, welcome back to Generational Talent. We are now on to our Week 15 power rankings. Now, Dad, you want to go ahead and read through your worst to first, starting at number 15 from last week?
From last week, we had Houston Texans at 15, the Chargers at 14, Buccaneers at 13, Jaguars at 12, Lions at 11, Niners at 10, Colts at 9, Bills at 8, Bears at 7, Eagles at 6, cracking the top 5. We have the Packers, the Rams at 4, Broncos at 3, beloved Hawks at 2, and the Patriots at number 1.
Okay. My last week's list from 15 to 1, we start with the Carolina Panthers, the Number 14, Cincinnati Bengals. 13, 49ers. 12, Jaguars. 11, Buccaneers. 10, Eagles. 9, Lions. 8, Colts. 7, Bears. 6, Packers. 5, Bills. 4, Rams. 3, Broncos. 2, Patriots. And number 1, the best team in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, going into this, coming off my list completely now, top 15, Indy and Tampa Bay are off my list. You're not going to see them on there. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
New to my top 15, at 15, Dallas Cowboys. I have the Cowboys at 15. I do think that team is on the rise.
All right. Looking at my list, the two that fell out would be the Buccaneers and the Bengals.
Oh, you had the Bengals in there. Okay, I didn't have them in there. Buccaneers, yeah.
But no, number 15 on my list, new to my list, is the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay, yep. They're not new to my list on there, but here's my next one. My next one is also new to the list. Number 14, it's time to put the Carolina Panthers in there, so they're at number 14.
So number 14, I also have the Panthers. They were 15 last week, so they're up 1 for me.
Okay. Number 13 on my list, down 6 from where they were last time, in my opinion, and that's the Chicago Bears. I had them at 7. They are now at 13.
Okay. My number 13, they're the exact same place they were because they had a bye. It's the 49ers.
Oh, see, okay. We're different. Number 12 on my list, also down 6 spots. This was the biggest movement, these two. The Eagles, I brought them down. They got to start playing. So I moved them down from 6 to 12.
Eagles were always low for me because I could see through their bull crap a mile away.
Oh, okay.
However, the number 12 did fool me, and they're down 5, and that's the stupid Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah, you were mad. Yeah, we got the Bears pretty close. Up 3 on my list is the Chargers. I think the Chargers, I think they got some work to do, but they're doing good.
Number 11 on my list, they only went down 1 because I already saw them as trash. It's the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, you already had them there, yeah. Up 5 on this list for me is the Houston Texans. I like them at 10. I think that team is on the rise.
So down 4 for me, number 10 is the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously a loss, but I mean, to me, I also just don't see their season turning around. So a huge drop for them from 4. I just want to see what this week holds for us, if we can get anything going, and if not, they'll be off the list.
You're playing the Hawks, so I doubt it.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious, can we get any solid quarterback play? Because if there's no QB, that team's done.
That team's done. Number 9 on my list, up 3 spots, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're winning.
Hey, number 9 on my list is also the Jaguars. They were up 1. I've kept them right around there.
Right around there. Up 3 on my list again. I have the Detroit Lions at number 8. Okay. I like, they're on the rise to me.
Number 8, brand new to my list,
and
jumps all the way to number 8. I made a mistake on them. I slept on them. It's the Houston Texans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. You didn't even have them in the top 15. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Number 7 on my list is where we're way different. And it was a bye week, but naturally they moved up because some of these teams fell off. Yeah. But I have the Niners moving to number 7.
Now, number 7 for me, up 2 is the Detroit Lions.
Okay, we're right there. Number 6, up 2 spots for me, is the Buffalo Bills.
Number 6, same spot it was last week, the Green Bay Packers.
Which is my number 5 team. No movement. I left them at 5.
My number 5 is the Bills. No movement.
Okay. And number 4, I have a moving down 1. They didn't do anything. I just think there is a little bit of movement up top. I do have the Denver Broncos coming down 1 at 4.
Okay. My number would be my 4 pick.
Yep.
Same spot, Rams.
Okay, and I have the Rams up 1 on my list. I switched them with Denver just because the Rams look good this week. I have them at 3.
Okay, my number 3, same spot, Broncos.
Okay, so we just flip-flopped, you and I. Number 2, we're going to keep Tommy happy. We got the New England Patriots. Yes. I did bring them down, and for no other reason, I'm very happy with the way team number 1 is going to be playing.
Then you and I have the same top 10, which, again, my top 6 were the exact same last week. Number 2 is the Patriots.
Which means that Tommy and I, for the first time all season, we have our Hawks at number 1. I was a little harder on them, but I wouldn't say that the offense was amazing. They did good. It was clean, but their defense is just nuts. Yeah. They're so good. And
special teams plays too. We were hitting on all. Granted, offense could be better, but you're hitting on all 3 phases of football.
So he's if he starts getting in the receiving game like he started to dabble in that game too, along with the special teams,
plus a blocked field goal.
Yeah, man. I'm in worry.
Yeah,
that dude's awesome.
Rookie.
Yeah. A rookie, man. I mean, he blocked it. He intercepted the ball. He got a blocked kick. I mean, he was just.
They were showing it was one of the Watt brothers is the only one to also have that same stat line of that forced fumble, the sack, all that stuff all in one game. So
he did great, and but Seattle's on a rise. I think they're going to do good. So I'm happy with that spot.
All right. Well, with that, guys, we want to thank you for listening to the Desert Highway Radio and Generational Talent, and we'll catch you guys next week. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.